You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. My name is Nicholas Callis. A battle of two teams at the top of their respective divisions. The New York Yankees at the top of the AL East, playing at Busch Stadium, which hosts the Cardinals, who are first in the NL Central. Jack Flaherty on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. In 20 starts, he's 9-7 with a 3.38 ERA. Was not in the All-Star game a couple days ago, though. Only two Cardinals made the All-Star game: Paul Goldschmidt and Giovanni Gallegos. And coming to the plate for the Yankees is DJ Lemahieu, the second baseman. Lemahieu, 326 hitter with 19 home runs and 67 RBIs. He was one of a few Yankees to make it. Garrett Cole, Masahiro Tanaka, and Miguel Andujar were the other three. Counts no balls and one strike. As mentioned before, the Cardinals are first in the NL Central. Also, we're a couple days into the future, by the way.
First pitch, 7:60.
This game is really being played on Friday, July the 17th. We have a few future games this week, just because you don't need to really have the off days of the All-Star break, because we can just simulate those. So this game was scheduled for Friday, July the 17th, and it is Friday, July the 17th to these players, but this game being broadcast today, Wednesday, July the 15th. Counts 2-1 on DJ Lemahieu. Hello, Eric Ledford. Thanks for joining us. We're kicking off the second half, though, with the Yankees and the Cardinals. An interleague game. Softly hit towards center, and catch made by Harrison Bader. So one out, top of the first, and here's the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. So two All-Stars in the starting lineup. Also Garrett Cole pitching. So I guess that's technically three, because this is a National League game, so pitchers will bat. Here comes Aaron Judge, 328 hitter with 17 home runs entering play. Still a feared hitter in his mid-20s, former Rookie of the Year in the American League. Also former home run champion and home run derby champion. He had 52 home runs in 2017, the same year he won the home run derby. It was at Marlins Park. Counts 1-1 strike. Both Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton were in that home run derby, along with Gary Sanchez, all current Yankees. However, Giancarlo Stanton back then was a Miami Marlin and got knocked out by Gary Sanchez in the first round. He was the defending champion that year, too. But unfortunately for the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton is back on the injured list. He tore his labrum, which was a season-ending injury, so he won't be back for the rest of 2020. And he might miss some time at the beginning of the year in 2021, which is still undetermined. But the most prevalent news is he won't be back the rest of this season. 2-2 strike count on Aaron Judge. Jack Flaherty gets the swing and miss. That's out number 2.
Batting third.
Well, that was a slider that leaked over the heart of the plate. Judge just couldn't get a piece of it. Flaherty a bit lucky. But now with 2 outs in inning number 1, the number 3 hitter Glaber Torres comes to the plate. 248 hitter with 27 home runs and 69 RBIs. Paul Goldschmidt, a member of the Cardinals, faced off in the first round against Glaber Torres, and Torres lost to Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt has 34 home runs entering play. Torres has 28. And they both qualified and accepted their home run derby nominations. And the winner of the home run derby was the Oakland Athletics' Chris Davis. And the A's have a whole new look to their team since they traded Marcus Semien away. Right down the middle, strike 3 caught on Glaber Torres. So the Yankees go down in order. And after a half inning, it's the Yankees 0 and the Cardinals coming to bat. And on the mound for the Yankees is a player who is now a 3-time consecutive All-Star. 4 times overall, Gerrit Cole. 8-4 in 19 starts, has a 3.49 ERA, and leads the American League in strikeouts with 161. And leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals is Tommy Edmund, switch hitter batting from the left side, 243 hitter with 5 home runs and 38 RBIs. He struggled this season as compared to last. And on the first pitch, that's in play, left side, Torres throws off the bag. Edmund safe at first. Well, not a good start defensively for the Yankees on the first ball in play. The first pitch Cole threw in this game results in an error. So nobody out, runner on first. And here's the number 2 hitter, Kolten Wong. Wong, a 252 hitter with 1 home run and 26 RBIs so far this year. And he takes ball 1. Cole using that breaking ball there. And as mentioned before, the Yankees are first in the AL East with a 57-38 record. They're still trying to run away from the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are 4 games back of the Yankees entering play with a 54-43 record. That's out to right field. Judge on the move. Judge makes the catch. And Edmund will go back to first. That's out number 1. And here's the starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. And there's a new name in the starting lineup. Dylan Carlson is making his Major League debut today. Was just called up. Brad Miller, the infielder, was sent down. He's batting 8th in the order. And we'll most likely get to see his first Major League at bat sometime within the next 3 innings. But ball 1 on Paul Goldschmidt, who could very well be the most valuable player in the National League with his first half stats. He's got to keep up the production in the second half, but entering play, he's leading 2 of 3 Triple Crown categories, and he's in the top 3 in average home runs and RBIs. He's 1 behind Ronald Acuna Jr. in National League home run total. He has 34 homers. Acuna Jr. has 35. But Goldschmidt has a batting average of .354 and has 94 RBIs, 20 above the next on the leaderboard. Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna Jr. each have 74 RBIs. Goldschmidt made the National League All-Star team, was the starting first baseman a few nights ago. And he hits that pitch out toward right field. Matter of fact, right center, you see Aaron Hicks getting under it. Catch made, 2 outs. And Edmund goes back to first. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Paul DeYoung. DeYoung, a 252 hitter entering play, also has 14 home runs, and he's second on the Cardinals in RBIs with 66, the starting shortstop. Tommy Edmund on first, he reached on an error. And Gerrit Cole got the next 2 outs. No ball, 1 strike count on the Cardinals shortstop. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Cole under 10 pitches at the moment, and Edmund getting looked at, but he's back safely. Runner goes. And that's hit well out toward left center field. Hicks on the run, headed toward the wall. He looks up. That ball is gone. That's Paul DeYoung's 15th home run of the season. It's a 2-run shot off Gerrit Cole here in the first inning, and it's 2-0 Cardinals early. We'll take a look at this pitch. Cole has had trouble all season giving up homers, and Paul DeYoung, a player who can handle a pitch in that location. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Matt Carpenter.
The third baseman, Matt.
Carpenter, 310 hitter with 16 home runs and 43 RBIs entering play. Has struggled a bit in his last 6 games, just has gone 4 for 20 over that span. Hey, Liz Bastick, thanks for joining us.
Nope.
2-ball, no strike count on Carpenter. Carpenter, a former All-Star in the National League, though he didn't make it this year. He was injured for part of the year and didn't start very much just because he struggled early on in the season, but he's back in the lineup. His production has gotten better. Starting this game at third base. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Garrett Cole so far hasn't given up an earned run. That's strike 2. The leadoff batter reached on an error, and then Cole got the next 2 outs, so if that out were recorded, the inning would have been over. So Cole immune to earned runs this inning. Those 2 runs scored by the Cardinals not earned. 3-ball, 2 strike count. That's fouled off. The count's still full, 3-2. Glaber Torres made the error at shortstop. Allowed Tommy Edmund to reach base. That's foul. The count's still 3-2. Cole went from working a quick inning to giving up a 2-run home run to now having this inning extended even more by this plate appearance. Ground ball, and Torres plays that one. He was shifted. Gets it devoid at first. That's out number 3. But 2 unearned runs to Cole scored by the Cardinals on a Paul DeYoung 2-run homer. At the end of 1 full inning, it's 2-0. The Cardinals lead the Yankees. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 4, 5, 6 hitters do it for the Yankees in this half inning. Miguel Andujar, Gary Sanchez, and Luke Voigt. Andujar, 338 hitter with 16 home runs and 62 RBIs. He started the All-Star game this season at third base. And he swings and misses at strike 1 there. He's on a couple leaderboards in the American League, one of which is a batting average leader. He's second in the American League in batting average with a 338 batting average. Has the second most hits with 131. Grounded to Cole. Excuse me, grounded to Wong, who throws to Goldschmidt. I don't know where I got Cole from, but Andujar out at first. And with 1 out, here's the starting defense for the Cardinals. Edmund in left, Bader in center, as mentioned before. Dylan Carlson making his Major League debut in right field. Carpenter at third, DeYoung at short. Former Gold Glover Wong at second, Goldschmidt at first, and behind the plate, Yadier Molina. That Cardinals defense has 3 players who have won Gold Gloves, not necessarily last year, but in their career. Paul Goldschmidt's won a few at first base with the Diamondbacks. Yadier Molina, the other one. And here's Gary Sanchez, who takes strike 1. Sanchez started 2019's All-Star game, but he wasn't in it this season. There's a good bit of catching talent in the American League this year. Yasmani Grandal got the start. Chicago White Sox catcher. And also a former Yankee, Austin Romine, was in it representing the Tigers. The only player to represent the Tigers this season. 1-2 pitch. That's foul. The count's still 1-2. Down low, counts 2-2. Sanchez made his Major League debut in 2015. But fans took notice of him in 2016 when in 62 games he hit 20 home runs. He eventually took Brian McCann's starting job. McCann got let go in free agency, and Sanchez was the starting catcher, and he's been the starting catcher ever since 2017. Strikes out there, though, against Jack Flaherty. There are now 2 outs in the top of the second inning. And here comes Luke Voit with 2 outs and the bases empty. Luke Voit, a former St. Louis Cardinal, made his debut with the Cards in 2017. In 2018, midseason, Voit was traded from the Cardinals to the Yankees, and the Yankees gave the Cardinals Giovanni Gallegos and Chasen Shreve. Now, Shreve didn't spend too long with the Cardinals. But Giovanni Gallegos has turned himself into one of the best closers in the National League. One fouled off, the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strike count on the Yankees' first baseman. Swing and a miss. Jack Flaherty keeps the Yankees scoreless through 2 full innings. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Yankees after 1.5 innings. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Yankees 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Cardinals. Yadier Molina, Harrison Bader, and Dylan Carlson. Yadier Molina, a former Gold Glove Award winner. He's been with the St. Louis Cardinals ever since 2004. Saw 2 of their recent World Series championships. The one in 2004. Not in 2004, the one in 2006 and the one in 2011. Counts 1-2 now on Molina. But the Cardinals have made the World Series 4 times in the last 20 or so years. They made it in 2004, 2006, 2011, and 2013. They struggled a bit in the 2010s, but still managed to win the NL Central a handful of times. Counts 2-2 on Molina. This Cardinals team that has a legacy of success. Two ball, 2 strike count. Inside, counts full 3-2. Hello, the truth, 1, 2, 3. And just to say hi again to Eric Ledford and Liz Bastick. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Strike 3 called at the top of the zone. 99 from Garrett Cole. That's out number 1, and that's Cole's first strikeout. He's going to have several opportunities to build on his American League leading strikeout total, but he's at 162 now. And here's Harrison Bader, the starting center fielder for the Cardinals. Bader has 5 runs batted in over his last 5 games. He's gotten hot toward the beginning of June and into now. Just been hitting better. His average was into the 210s heading into June, and now it's up to 244. One of the fastest players in baseball, also one of the best defensive center fielders, at least in terms of covering range and having the ability to lay out and make catches. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Harrison Bader. Dylan Carlson's in the on-deck circle, a player who a lot of these fans are anxious to see. Dylan Carlson just got called up today. Or more specifically, he got called up a few days ago. But he's on the second half roster. He's starting the second half on the Cardinals roster, I should say. With the count full 3-2 on Bader. Garrett Cole up to 30 pitches already. Cole struggling early, and his defense didn't help him. This man, Glaber Torres, made an error in the first inning. Makes that play, though. So Harrison Bader out at first, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, and here comes Dylan Carlson. Carlson got to participate in the minor league all-star game down in AAA. And then got called up to the Cardinals. First round draft pick of the Cardinals in 2016. Has been one of their top prospects. And here he is now making his major league debut against Gerrit Cole, one of the American League's best. Too high, counts 2-0 on Carlson. Three 3-0's the count. And so I see Eric Ledford said tough way for Carlson to make his debut. But I got some inspiration last year from Hassan Diaz of the Marlins, who homered off Jacob deGrom for his first major league hit.
Nope. Ball 4.
That's ball 4. Pitch just missed. Aaron Boone just giving a look. Cole not happy. He walked Dylan Carlson on 4 pitches, so a 2-out base runner for the Cardinals, and now here's Jack Flaherty. So at the very least for the Cardinals, their pitcher won't be leading off next inning.
Nope.
And that's ball 1. Counts even 1-1 on Flaherty, the pitcher of the Cardinals. Not too bad of a bat this year either. He has a 148 average entering play. And that's fouled off, the count now 1-2. One-two count, pitcher to pitcher, swing and a miss. Cole gets the strikeout of Flaherty there. And that ends the second inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk in the inning. And 1 runner left on base after 2 full innings. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Yankees 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Aaron Hicks, Brett Gardner, and Gerrit Cole. Gio Urshela not in the starting lineup today because the Cardinals are hosting. The Cardinals a National League team, which means National League rules apply. So Miguel Andujar starting at third base and Urshela on the bench. But here's Aaron Hicks, a switch hitter batting from the left side up to the plate. Hicks missed the start of the season on the injured list. Had some issues with his elbow, but still played through last year's postseason. This year, though, his arm injury couldn't be ignored, so he had surgery, did his time on the injured list, and now he's back.
That's outside.
Counts 1-2. Hicks, a former Minnesota Twin. Got traded to the Yankees for John Ryan Murphy sometime around the 2016 season. He's been a godsend for the Yankees since being here, especially defensively, but he had some good offensive years in 2018 and 2019. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Strike 3 called. Jack Flaherty on a roll. That's strikeout number 5 for him. 1 out, top of the third inning, and here's Brett Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee. He's been on the Yankees team ever since 2008. And in his first full year on the Yankees roster, he won a World Series. It was in 2009. No ball, 1-strike count with 1 out. Gardner, a 268 hitter entering play. He's also one of the oldest Yankees on the team now, too, with CC Sabathia retiring last year. Starting this game in left field. 3-1's the count. Gerrit Cole on deck. Cole not bad with the bat. The hitters count on Gardner. 3-1 pitch coming. That's ball 4. Jack Flaherty has allowed his first base runner.
Batting ninth.
A one-out walk to Brett Gardner, and now
Garrett Cole.
we'll see what the Yankees elect to do with Garrett Cole. Let him swing away or have him bunt. Doesn't have a hit yet this season. Of course, being on an American League team, there's not too many opportunities to hit. But in his debut with the Pirates in 2013, Cole made it clear that he knows how to handle a bat. In his first Major League at bat, in his first Major League start, he hit an RBI single. That's toward the right side, played by Goldschmidt. Can't get the out at second, and Cole beats out the back end. Gardner safe at second base. A risky play attempted by Paul Goldschmidt, but not executed successfully. Especially since he's right-handed, he has to pivot. The throw is accurate, just Gardner too quick. And then Cole was hustling down the first base line, so the Yankees set up well now. Still no hits for the Yankees. That'll go down as a fielder's choice, allowing Garrett Cole to reach, and Gardner beat it out at second. Now here's Lemahieu, who's 0 for 1. He flew out to Bader in his first at bat, and he hits that one in the air. Tommy Edmund under it. Catch made, 2 outs. And no advancement from any of the runners.
The right fielder, number 99.
2 outs, top of the third. Here comes Aaron Judge in a run-scoring spot. Judge is 0 for 1. He struck out back in inning number 1. Now facing Jack Flaherty for the second time in this game. And he takes strike 1. Cole in a run-scoring Judge in a run-scoring opportunity. Judge with 47 RBIs entering play. Also has 17 home runs. That's strike 2. Judge, another player that missed the start of the season. Missed almost a month, but came back in late April. And maintained his position in right field. Also has good offensive numbers as well, as that's fouled off. Of course, the same cannot be said for Giancarlo Stanton, who was on the injured list as well to begin the year. Came back, played about 2 months, and then got hurt, got himself back on the injured list, and he'll be out for the rest of the year. But Judge strikes out there. Top of the third inning over. Jack Flaherty on point through 3 innings. He's kept the Yankees scoreless. It's 2-0 Cardinals going to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order due up for the Cardinals. Tommy Edmund, Kolten Wong, and Paul Goldschmidt. That's ripped foul into the right field seats. Edmund, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. In his first at bat, he reached on an error and later scored on the Paul DeJong 2-run homer. Cole primarily down by 2 because Glaber Torres made that error back in the first inning. Edmund reached. Then Wong and Goldschmidt got out. But Paul DeJong hit a 2-out, 2-run home run to make it 2-0. The only score that's happened to this point for either team. Gardner in foul territory. Makes the catch. That's the first out of the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting.
And here's a visual of the AL East standings. See the Blue Jays hanging around 4 games back of the Yankees for first place. The Blue Jays in position to take a wild card spot in the American League, but the Yankees have been division leaders for most of the season. Kolten Wong up to the plate. Wong 0 for 1. He flew out in the first inning. The same can't necessarily be said for the Cardinals. They haven't led for the entire season.
1-0.
The Brewers had the lead in the NL Central for a good bit of April and about halfway through May, but then the Brewers slowed down. So did the Cubs, and that allowed the Cardinals to get a massive NL Central lead. So the Cardinals are in first in the NL Central. Their record 56-41. The next best team in the division is the Chicago Cubs, who are 49-47. They're 6.5 games back. Every other team in the National League Central has a winning percentage under 500. Voit makes the play. That's out number 2. So 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt, who likely would be the most valuable player in the National League if the season ended today. But I'm sure he still wants to take a run at that Triple Crown. He leads the league in average. He leads the league in RBIs. He's 1 shy of Ronald Acuna Jr. for the home run lead in the National League. He has 34 homers. Acuna Jr. has 35. But Goldschmidt has carried the Cardinals on his back. He fouls that pitch off. The count's 2-1. Goldschmidt, an all-star a couple nights ago. Was an all-star with the Diamondbacks from 2013 to 2018. He's in his 2nd year with the Cardinals. Got traded from the Diamondbacks to the Cardinals in the offseason of 2018-2019. Inside counts 3-2. The Cardinals got Goldschmidt and gave away a couple of their bigger prospects. Carson Kelly, their prospect catcher, and Luke Weaver, one of their better pitching prospects. Cole blows 98 past Paul Goldschmidt. The 3rd inning has come to an end. The Cardinals, no runs on no hits and nobody left on base after 3 full innings. It's 2-0. The Cardinals lead the Yankees. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3, 4, 5 hitters do it for the Yankees to begin this half inning. Glaber Torres, Miguel Andujar, and Gary Sanchez. Jack Flaherty's been rolling right along, though. He pitched 3 scoreless innings, gave up 2 base runners, 1 on a walk and 1 on a fielder's choice. He's been pitching well in this game so far. Cole's been pitching rather well, too. It's just that first inning a bit of a blemish. Both runs the Garrett goal gave up were not earned. Glaber Torres made an error that allowed Tommy Edmund to reach to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. Cole got the next 2 outs, which would have ended the inning, but Paul DeYoung with 2 outs hit a 2-run home run. That made it 2-0. Swing and a miss. Jack Flaherty starts off the 4th with a strikeout, his 7th of the game. He's averaging well over 1 strikeout per inning. And here are some minor league reports from the Cardinals organization and another one of their top prospects, Nolan Gorman, in Double-A. One out, top of the 4th inning. Miguel Andujar up to the plate. Andujar making a case for most valuable player of the American League this season. He's had a great batting average. Has been consistent this entire season. He missed most of 2019 with an injury.
I got the count 0-2.
And so this is his comeback season, and so far he's proving that he still deserves to be in the lineup.
No, that's down.
The Yankees certainly have a depth problem, but that depth has been eased a bit with the fact that Giancarlo Stanton's on the injured list, which isn't a good thing, but makes it clear that Gio Urshela will be the 3rd baseman and Miguel Andujar will be the designated hitter. And that's with Aaron Hicks coming back to play center, which pushes Brett Gardner to left. Grounded left side, played by DeYoung. Throws to Goldschmidt, 2 outs, top of the 4th.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher, Gary.
So that'll bring up Gary Sanchez, who's 0 for 1. Sanchez struck out against Jack Flaherty back in the 2nd inning. Gary Sanchez, one of 7 strikeout victims of Jack Flaherty. Jack Flaherty seemed to have his stuff so far in this game. Flaherty starting the 2nd half of the season on the mound for the Cardinals. Flaherty undoubtedly their ace. You got another good pitching matchup between these 2 teams tomorrow. Masahiro Tanaka pitching for the Yankees, and Miles Michael is scheduled to pitch for the Cardinals.
Inside ball.
One ball, two strike count on Sanchez. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Cardinals up 2-0, thanks to a 2-run home run by Paul DeJong back in the 1st. Chop foul. Count still 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch coming. Just a bit outside. Good pitch by Flaherty, but because of the call, better take from Sanchez. Swing and a miss. That's 8 strikeouts for Jack Flaherty through 4 innings on the mound. Yankees still have a 0 in the hit column going to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. There's Heidi Watney. And we're going to see some other faces. Let's see which dugout it is. Oh, it's the Cardinals dugout. Look at Yadier Molina with a bat in his hands. Molina, such a nice guy. He's scary, though. He was calling for blood after Game 4 of the NLDS against the Braves. He hit the walk-off sacrifice fly, which forced Game 5, and then the Cardinals won Game 5 of that NLDS against the Braves by 10 runs. They shut out the Braves and scored 10 in the 1st inning. There's Paul DeJong, who was 1 for 1. He had a 2-run home run back in the 1st inning. No earned runs charged to Garrett Cole yet. Tommy Edmund reached on an error in his first plate appearance. That was back in the 1st inning. Then Cole got the next 2 hitters out, which means that would have been the 3rd out of the inning. So no earned runs can be charged to a pitcher who, if you replace those errors with outs, who would have gotten out of the inning. So no earned runs given up to Cole, but 2 runs scored by the Cardinals. And Paul DeJong a big reason for that. One-two pitch, just a bit outside, counts 2-2. Other than that, Cole's been pretty sharp. His fastball's been in the high 90s, and he's racking up strikeouts too, though Flaherty has 8 after 4 innings. 3-ball, 2-strike count on the Cardinals shortstop. That's belted. Right field. Judge was against the right field spot because he was in the shift. He wasn't in the traditional right field spot. He was shifted into the gap. And DeJong takes that outside pitch into right field. Might have been a mistake from Cole. Usually if your team's in the shift, you don't want to pitch away from the shift, but that's what Cole did there. Threw a low outside pitch. DeJong hit it into right field, and Judge unable to make the play because of where he was positioned. So DeJong on second base with a leadoff double. That was his 2nd hit of the game, and now here's Matt Carpenter. Cardinals with a legitimate shot to score in this bottom of the 4th inning with that leadoff runner on second base. Cardinals already up 2-0. 2-ball, no strike count. That's strike 1. Counts 2-1. Matt Carpenter made his debut with the Cardinals in 2012. Has bounced around several positions, but is fluent as a third baseman, a second baseman, and a first baseman. That's popped into the air. Luke Voigt in foul territory makes the catch. And Paul DeJong stays at second. That's out number 1. So 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning, and here's the Cardinals franchise catcher, Yadier Molina. Molina 0 for 1 in this game. Molina been around for a while, since 2004. It's the first year he played for the Cardinals. He's been a lifetime Cardinal, as he should be. Cardinals not willing to dispose of him. And Molina, regarded as one of the best defensive catchers in all Major League Baseball history. Still great defensively. His offensive numbers kind of reached a bell curve. They reached a peak and then went back down as he continued to age. Flies out to Gardner, and that at bat, that's out number 2.
center fielder, Harrison.
2 outs, bottom of the fourth. Here's the number 7 hitter, Harrison Bader. Bader grounded out back in the second inning, 0 for 1 officially so far in this game, and facing Cole for the second time. Takes ball 1. Bader, a 167 hitter with runners in scoring position. Paul DeYoung led this half inning off with a double. He's now on second. Still on second. The next 2 hitters proceeded to get out. The Cardinals will most likely need a base hit to drive that run in. Counts 2-1. Cole still throwing in the high 90s. That last pitch, 97 miles per hour. Another fastball. That one at 98. Counts 2-2. Grounded right side. Boyd stops it. Able to play it. Throws to Cole covering first. Bader out, and that ends the bottom of the 4th inning. So Garrett Cole able to pitch around a leadoff double. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 4 full innings, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Yankees 0. Back now at Busch Stadium. Heidi Watney's about to come on the screen. Say hi to Heidi, everybody. Hi, Heidi. Hey, Aaron Hicks. Ooh, he's got some... Ooh, man. I've never seen those, or I've always wondered what they were, but I've rarely seen one of those. The thing on Hicks' bat. I guess it's a bat weight. It's pretty interesting. It's a weirdly shaped bat weight. But the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Yankees in this half inning. Luke Voigt, Aaron Hicks, and Brett Gardner all due up to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name's Nicholas Callis. This is game 1 of 4 games we have for you featured today on MLB Virtual Network. Coming up next, Rays and Orioles, 7:05 Eastern Time. Then the Giants and Dodgers will play each other at 8:10 Eastern Time, at least scheduled for 8:10 Eastern Time. And then the Astros and Athletics are scheduled for 9:10 Eastern Time. So, several games for you to watch. We have a couple 4-game sets for you. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then the regular schedule will resume on Friday. But we're in the future. This game is on Friday, July the 17th. So we're going into the future for a couple days. That's belted out to left field. That ball is gone. Luke Voigt homers against his former team. That's his 13th of the year. And the Yankees have cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1. Cardinals still on top. And that was the first hit for the Yankees in this game, too. Jack Flaherty has struck out 8 through 4 innings, but in the 5th gives up his first hit and his first run. So that'll bring up Aaron Hicks, top of the 5th, nobody out. Hicks 0 for 1. He struck out back in inning number 3. Switch hitter batting from the left side, takes ball 1. Yeah, later on tonight, you'll get to see Rhys Hoskins and Didi Gregorius make their debuts with the Athletics against the Astros. That'll be a good game as well, considering where the two teams are in relation to standings in the AL West. The Athletics are in first, and the Astros are in second. The Astros also looking to maintain a wild card spot. It's a toss-up right now between the Blue Jays, the White Sox, and the Astros. Neither one of them definitively in that spot yet. They've all been shuffling around and staying even with each other for most of the year. It's unfortunate for the White Sox, too, because they did well to begin the year, but then the Twins had a 24-5 May and haven't relinquished the AL Central lead since. You know, the White Sox went on a bit of a cold streak in June, which pushed them back plenty. The Twins are 1 win away from 70. That's ball 4. A walk issued to Aaron Hicks. So a solo home run hit by Luke Voigt. And a walk issued to Aaron Hicks. Now here comes Brett Gardner. Gardner walked in the third inning, so he has no official at-bats in this game yet. Gardner was the first runner to reach for the Yankees. And he takes strike one. Gardner in his last 4 games tallied 4 RBIs. Down low, the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
2 ball, 1 strike count, and there's no need to insult the Giants. you can pick whatever game you want to watch. We just chose it because it's a division game. Oh, and no, big reason why we chose that game. Why did we choose the Dodgers and the Giants? Because that was the only game scheduled for Thursday, July the 16th. So we felt inclined to put it on because it was the only game scheduled. So we thought we'd broadcast it today, just so we could say that we were able to cover the games on the 16th. And it also helped our algorithm in the game so we could stay on schedule with broadcasts. So that's a big reason why. But strike 3 called on Brett Gardner. Jack Flaherty has struck out 9 now.
The pitcher, Garrett Cole.
Well, you be the judge, and there was our pitch tracker on the screen, the bottom left. Gardner had a problem with that strike call. But 1 out, top of the 5th. Now here's Garrett Cole. Cole 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. He tried to bunt like he is now. Cole was able to reach base because Paul Goldschmidt tried to go to second, and even with that, Brett Gardner was safe at second on that play. Now Goldschmidt does the same thing, goes to second. That's out number 1. Back to first, not in time. So Cole again beats out the back end.
Now back, the second baseman,
Aaron Hicks out at second base. Well, Goldschmidt this time spins around. Hicks not as quick as Gardner, so Goldschmidt had more time to make that play on Hicks. So that time Goldschmidt able to get the lead runner. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Garrett Cole on first base, and here's DJ Lemahieu. Lemahieu 0 for 2 out of the top spot in the Yankees order. Yankees got a run in this half inning. Luke Voigt hit a solo homer, and now a couple throwers in the Cardinals bullpen, John Gant and Tyler Webb. Flaherty struck out 9 through 4 2/3 innings. A couple mistakes in this inning, though. He started the inning off with a home run and a walk. Proceeded to strike out Gardner, and then Cole reached after failing to execute a sacrifice bunt. Cardinals defense got the lead runner at second. Lemahieu down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a bit inside, counts even 2-2. Jack Flaherty had been throwing efficiently, but in this inning he's thrown 22 pitches. And is split between balls and strikes. 11 balls, 11 strikes, and that's going to get into right field. Carlson plays it and gets it in quickly, so Cole only advances to second, and DJ Lemahieu on board with his first hit of the game. It's a single. And now a dangerous part of the Yankees order coming up. Aaron Judge. Hasn't been too threatening in this game, though, so far. He struck out twice. The potential tying run at second base in the form of Garrett Cole. Lemahieu on first. And Judge fouls that first pitch off. That's strike 1. No ball, 1 strike count on the Yankees right fielder. Line foul. That was well struck, but into the seats. Out of play. And Judge quickly down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes on him. Breaking ball can't find the zone. And doesn't get Judge to bite at it. So now the count 1-2. Pivotal spot in this game. 2 runners on, 2 outs. It's a 1-run ball game. He got him swinging. Aaron Judge has the hat trick now. He struck out 3 times in this game. And that ends the top of the 5th inning. And this wasn't Aaron Judge. This was Luke Voit, who had a solo home run leading off the top of the 5th, giving the Yankees their first run. It's 2-1 going to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 8-9 one-hitters due up for the Cardinals in this half inning. Dylan Carlson, Jack Flaherty in the pitcher's spot, and then back to the top for Tommy Edmund. Carlson, deep to right, that's foul. Counts 0-1. Carlson went 2 for 4 in his last minor league game, but he's making his major league debut today. Walked in his first plate appearance. Walked on 4 pitches against Cole. There's a 1-1 count in this plate appearance. Carlson, a former first-round draft pick of the St. Louis Cardinals a few years ago. Right down the middle, counts 1-2. 98 miles per hour. Cole still throwing with high velocity. Gave up both runs in the first inning, neither of which were earned to him. Too high, counts 2-2. Carlson exercising some discipline. Count even 2-2. Two-two count. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Base hit for Dylan Carlson. Dylan Carlson has reached base twice, but that one a bit more special. That's Dylan Carlson's first major league hit. And he got it off one of the best pitchers in recent history, Garrett Cole. You see Paul Goldschmidt took it back to the dugout. I'll take that ball to safekeeping. But a low pitch. Cole placed that well for a 2-2 pitch. Tried to get his knees buckled. But Carlson stayed on it, hit it on the ground, and passed all the infielders. So now here's Jack Flaherty. We'll continue to pitch. Tyler Webb and John Gant were warming up in the Cardinals bullpen, but Flaherty will bat here, and he lays down a bunt. Lemahieu to Voit. That's out number 1, but it goes down as a sacrifice. Carlson now in scoring position at second, and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order coming back up now for the Cardinals. Here's Tommy Edmund, who's 0 for 2. He reached on an error in his first at bat and then flew out in his second. Edmund also scored on the 2-run home run by Paul DeYoung back in the first inning. But Edmund reached on an error. Cole proceeded to get Wong and Goldschmidt out, but then DeYoung with 2 outs hit the 2-run homer, accounting for the only 2 Cardinals runs so far in this game. And Cole still dealing at high velocities. That last pitch was 99, and there he just spiked a breaking ball. Counts 1-1. One. Fouled off. Count now 1-2. Garrett Cole about to reach 80 pitches on his pitch count. Wow. A high breaking ball, and Edmund swung under it. You don't see that too often. That's out number 2.
The batter, the second baseman, Kolten Wong.
Interesting. Here's Kolten Wong with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Dylan Carlson on second. Carlson just got his first major league hit. It was a single. He was sacked over to second by Jack Flaherty. And Edmund just struck out, so 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Wong batting here with a runner in scoring position. That's foul. Count 1-1. The Cardinals haven't scored since the first inning. The Yankees just scored in the top of the 5th when Luke Voit hit a solo home run. And the runner runs scored by both teams We're all on home runs. Paul DeJong with a 2-run homer in the first. Luke Voigt with a solo home run in the top of the 5th. Soft fly toward right field. Judge running on, and he makes the catch. No runs on 1 hit for the Cardinals, and 1 runner left in scoring position. After 5 full innings, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Yankees 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3, 4, 5 hitters do it for the Yankees in this half inning. Glaber Torres, Miguel Andujar, and Gary Sanchez. The Yankees just got on the board last inning with a Luke Voigt solo home run. Jack Flaherty still on the mound, pitching in the 6th inning. Flaherty close to 10 strikeouts coming into this inning. And a new righty warming up. Now for the Cardinals, it's John Brebbia. John Gant and Tyler Webb were warming up before. Gant got sat down. Now Brebbia warming up with Tyler Webb. And it's double-barreled action, a lefty and a righty. No ball, 2-strike count on Torres. Fouled off the count, still 0-2. And interesting there that Torres hit that pitch. His Molina looked like he dropped his knees ready to block it. But still an 0-2 count. Fouled off the count, still 0-2. Glaber Torres, former top prospect in the Chicago Cubs organization, got traded to the Yankees in the middle of 2016, though he didn't make his debut with the Yankees until 2018. Grounded left side, that's Matt Carpenter throwing to Paul Goldschmidt. That's out number 1 in the top of the 6th inning. So 1 out, top 6, and here comes the cleanup hitter, Miguel Andujar. Andujar is grounded out twice off of Jack Flaherty, now batting here for the 3rd time in the game. That's strike 1 on Miguel Andujar, counts 0-1. And don't forget, you're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game and all of our games brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name's Nicholas Callis. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to get notifications about when we go live and when we upload videos that have important information regarding the league and potentially your favorite team. And you can also follow our Twitter page, @VirtualMLB is the handle, where more news is released there, as well as our schedule is posted there as well, so you can check out when your favorite team is playing, and we make an effort to feature every team at least once per week. Flaherty gets the strikeout of Andujar. 11 strikeouts for him now. That's out number 2 in the top of the 6th.
Now back, catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel for notifications. MLB Virtual Network, the name, and follow us on Twitter @VirtualMLB. 3 guaranteed games every day, with the exception of these next 2 days, but we're covering 4 games a day because the All-Star break happened. So we still want to make sure we get every team in at least once this week. So 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then we'll go back to 3. Kolten Wong to Paul Goldschmidt. Play made, and top of the 6th is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Yankees. After 5.5 innings, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Yankees 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3, 4, 5 hitters do it for the Cardinals in this half inning. Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeJong, and Matt Carpenter, the ones scheduled to bat. Garrett Cole still on the mound, pitching in his 6th inning. But a couple righties warming up in the Yankees bullpen now, Chad Green and Tommy Kahnle. No ball, 1-strike count on this year's top first baseman in the National League. Counts 1-1. Goldschmidt started the All-Star game at first base a couple days ago. And don't forget, we're in the future as well. This is really Friday, July 17th. We simulated the off days on the 15th and for most teams the 16th. So we're covering a lot of games that were scheduled for the 17th. This is one of them. That's fair down the right field line. Goldschmidt stops at first. And he has his first hit of the day. It's a leadoff single in the bottom of the 6th inning off Gerrit Cole. That'll bring up Paul DeJong, the only player on the Cardinals so far to record some RBIs, and it was back in the 1st inning. He hit this 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 1st inning off Cole. The only runs that the Cardinals have scored to this point in the game off Cole. Still not a safe lead for the Cardinals. The Yankees proceeded to score in the 5th inning with a Luke Voit leadoff home run. So it's a 2-1 ball game. Down low, counts 1-0. DeJong third on the Cardinals with 15 home runs now. He hit his 15th today. High breaking ball, called a strike, counts 1-1. DeJong has played for the Cardinals for his entire career. Made his debut in 2017. DeJong followed one of the better shortstops to play baseball in recent years, Johnny Peralta, who has since retired, but Peralta was a longtime Detroit Tiger and then played for the Cardinals toward the later part of his career. And DeJong was the one to replace Johnny Peralta after he retired. Swing and a miss. Paul DeJong retired. That's Gerrit Cole's 5th strikeout.
The third baseman, number 13, Matt Carpenter.
So 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, and here comes Matt Carpenter. Matt Carpenter is hitless in this game in 2 official at-bats. 1 ball, no strike count on him. Carpenter's been a lifetime Cardinal, been on the Cardinals ever since 2012. That's where he made his debut. And he's been somewhere on the field ever since. He's mainly played third base since the acquisition of Paul Goldschmidt, and though Goldschmidt wasn't productive too much last year, he still enhanced the Cardinals organization. And this year, he's been the one carrying the offense. 2-1 count. Goldschmidt, the base runner on first. Goldschmidt led this half inning off with a single. Carpenter ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch from Cole. Swing and a miss, count 2-2. Cole used to be seen by the Cardinals a lot, too, when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates, a divisional opponent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Cole moved to the American League in 2018 when the Pirates traded him to the Astros. Cole played there for a couple seasons and hit the free agent market in the 2019-2020 offseason and signed with the Yankees, the largest free agent pitcher contract in Major League Baseball history. 9 years, $324 million. But Cole walks Carpenter. So a single, a strikeout, and a walk brings up Yadier Molina to the plate with 2 runners on and 1 out. Molina 0 for 2 against Gerrit Cole in this one. And Cole about to reach the century mark in his pitch count. There's number 100. He's got 1 ball and no strikes. Molina has also grounded into 10 double plays this season, which is important because if the Yankees roll one here, they can get out of the inning. Molina ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Cole trying to keep pace with Jack Flaherty. Flaherty made it through 6 full with 1 earned run given up. Cole gave up 2 runs in the first inning, though neither of them were earned. Two ball, 1 strike count, runners go. That was a double steal. What a daring move. Goldschmidt broke from second and Carpenter broke from first. And Molina swung at that pitch. That is a risky play and a dangerous play when there's nobody out, because if that's lined at an infielder, it's a chance for an easy triple play, especially an infielder up the middle. But an interesting turn of events there. A double steal attempted by two runners that don't typically steal, with Molina at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Just low, counts full 3-2. And Harrison Bader would bat next if Molina could stay out of the double play. That's ball 4, so Molina reaches first on a walk. Paul Goldschmidt moves from second to third, and Matt Carpenter goes from first to second. Cole's thrown 23 pitches in this half inning, and with Canely and Green still warming up, yeah, Aaron Boone's going to make a move. He comes out of the dugout. Cole cannot pitch out of the 6th inning. He pitches 5 1/3 innings. No earned runs given up to this point, but the runners on base have reached legitimately, and they are all Cole's responsibility. So the book not closed on him yet.
Your attention, please.
But coming into the game now for the Yankees is Luis Cessa,
Number 85.
making his 25th appearance of the season, and he's been entered into a new role with the Yankees. He used to be one of their long relief pitchers, but that's not the case anymore. The Yankees made some moves a couple days ago, one of which was to call up Clark Schmidt. So Schmidt is now in the Yankees rotation, joining Jordan Montgomery, James Paxton, Masahiro Tanaka, and Garrett Cole. As that softly hit out toward right center field, that ball's going to fall. Hicks didn't make a play on it. Judge cuts it off and throws it in. But before that ball's cut off, 2 runs score.
Now batting, right fielder. Gillen.
Well, that works out for the Cardinals. Goldschmidt and Carpenter score. It's now a 4-1 Cardinal lead. And here's Dylan Carlson. Reached base twice, once on a walk and once on a single for his first major league hit. Here he is now facing a new arm in Luis Cessa. But Molina on second and Bader on first, and now that's into right center field. Molina rounds third, he'll score. Bader running around third as Judge gets that one in. Dylan Carlson with a single and now a double, his first major league run batted in. It's now 5-1. The Cardinals extend their lead. That just got over the head of Lemahieu as well.
Your attention, please.
And now a pinch hitter will come to the plate for the Cardinals. Mike Schilt making the call, so Jack Flaherty done after 6 full innings. And this is a pivotal moment in this game. 2 runners in scoring position, both plus runners as well, and 1 out. But Bader on third and Carlson on second. But before all of that happened, I was mentioning that Luis Cessa no longer in a long relief role because Clark Schmidt joined the rotation with Montgomery, Paxton, Tanaka, and Cole. So Jay Happ got moved to the Yankees bullpen. LeMahieu throws to Voit. Thomas out at first base, but he'll get a run.
Now batting. No left fielder.
He's credited with a run batted in there. It's now 6-1, the Cardinals lead. Bader scores from third, and Carlson moves from second to third on the play. So Garrett Cole got taken out of the game with the bases loaded. All 3 of the runners were his responsibility and reached legitimately. So Garrett Cole is charged with 3 earned runs in his start. That's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Into right field, a base hit. Tommy Edmund making his way to second. It's 7-1 Cardinals. Tommy Edmund got ahead of that breaking ball. It was right over the middle of the plate. Watch this. Belt high. Didn't square it up, but pulled it strongly into right field. RBI double for him. It's now 7-1. The Cardinals lead it. It was a one-run game entering this half inning. Now Wong swings on the first pitch of that at bat. It goes out to left. Brett Gardner makes the catch, and the sixth inning is over. But the Cardinals strike for 6 runs. Excuse me, for 5 runs. They lead by 6 after 6 full innings.
Ladies and gentlemen,
new pitcher coming on the mound for the Cardinals. It's Alex Reyes. Reyes making his 33rd appearance of the season. And he has a 6.70 ERA and 43 innings pitched. He's one of the long relief pitchers for the Cardinals. Not somebody used frequently, but with the Cardinals' rather large lead now, may be wise to rest the back end, which is what the Cardinals are doing now, what Mike Shildt is doing now, the manager of the Cardinals. Strike one to Luke Voit, who's 1 for 2. He accounts for the only Yankees run scored so far. He had a solo home run in the 5th inning off Jack Flaherty, the only run that Flaherty gave up through 6 full innings. Counts 1-1. Counts 2-1. That's fouled off. The count now 2-2. But Garrett Cole in his start charged with 4 earned runs. Luis Cessa charged with 2 earned runs. I'm getting that all wrong. Let me see. Let me get my math correct here. But Cole gave up 2 unearned runs in the first inning. So Cole charged with 3 earned runs. Cessa with 2 earned runs. Okay. Math's back on. But Cole in line for the loss.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder.
That's pending a Yankees comeback, but it's a 6-run game, and Voit strikes out to start the 7th inning.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Well, the Cardinals scored first in the first inning with a 2-run home run from Paul Goldschmidt. Or not Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeYoung. The Yankees scored first in the 5th inning, thanks to a solo home run from Luke Voit. Then the Cardinals broke out in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cardinals scored 5 runs off of 2 different pitchers and have broken out to a 6-run lead. And Hicks walks for the 2nd time in this game. Alex Reyes lets up his first base runner. 1 out, top of the 7th. Here comes Brett Gardner, who also walked in this game. 0 for 1 officially, but reached base once on a free pass. That's down low, counts 1-0. Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee, made his debut with the Yankees in 2008 in his first full season. In 2009, the Yankees won a world championship. He was a platoon center fielder, has since consistently played more in left field. Though he's bounced around over past seasons just because of certain injuries to players. Two ball, no strike count. That's foul. The count 2-1. Gardner just got re-signed this offseason. The Yankees had to reevaluate their financial situation, though. They didn't officially announce the re-signing of Brett Gardner until about a month after they officially made the deal with Garrett Cole for 9 years and $324 million. And speaking of that Garrett Cole deal, that's one of the reasons why the Yankees didn't re-sign Didi Gregorius. The Yankees wanted to commit as many funds as they could to Garrett Cole. And of the two, the Yankees elected to keep Brett Gardner over Didi Gregorius, and Gregorius signed with the Phillies, where he joined Joe Girardi for a brief period of time, but just before the All-Star break, he got traded to the Athletics with Rhys Hoskins for Marcus Semien, who is now a Philly. That's into right field. Carlson makes the catch. That's his first putout of his Major League career.
Now batting, the pitcher.
So 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. And here's Gio Urshela. Urshela will bat for Luis Cessa in the pitcher's spot, the 9th spot in the order. Urshela typically starts as the third baseman for the Yankees, and Miguel Andujar is the designated hitter, but because the Cardinals are hosting and National League rules apply, the pitcher's bat. So there was no spot for Urshela to start. The Yankees elected to put Miguel Andujar at third base, so Urshela, most likely for the rest of this series, will be on the bench and will come in to bat off the bench. This is also game 1 of a 3-game series that will last throughout the weekend, and remember, this is really Friday, it's not Wednesday, so keep that in mind. We're in the future. That's why the date on the video says 7/17, because we're broadcasting from the future. Oh. But most of our games are from Friday, July the 17th. There's one game we have that we've labeled from Thursday, July the 16th. That's the Dodgers and the Giants game that's scheduled for 8:10 Eastern Time tonight. But everything will resume normally on the actual Friday, like that will be coming up this week. That's popped into the air. Shallow left. There's Paul DeJong. Catch made, and the top of the 7th is over. No runs for the Yankees. 1 runner left on base. It's been 6.5 innings, and the Cardinals lead the Yankees 7-1. And a new pitcher coming on the mound for the New York Yankees. It's Jay Happ. As mentioned before, the Yankees called up Clark Schmidt, who's scheduled to pitch and make his Major League debut on Monday. So the Yankees' rotation now is Garrett Cole, Masahiro Tanaka, James Paxton, Jordan Montgomery, and Clark Schmidt. Clint Frazier got sent down as a part of Clark Schmidt getting called up. So Jay Happ is now in the Yankees bullpen as a long relief pitcher, but is pitching in this game more or less because it's not close. Ripped toward right field. Catch made by Aaron Judge. That's out number 1. Paul Goldschmidt flies out to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Paul DeJong. DeJong 2 for 3. Has a couple RBIs in this game. Both RBIs were tallied on the 2-run home run he hit back in the first inning. He also doubled but got out. Did not contribute to the 5-run inning by the Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals really got to Garrett Cole in that bottom of the 6th inning. Cole gave up 3 earned runs to them in the bottom of the 6th, and Luis Cessa was responsible for the other 2. That made it a 5-run inning, which pushed the lead to 6. DeJong flies out there to Aaron Hicks.
Carpenter.
So 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and here comes Matt Carpenter. Carpenter 0 for 2 in 3 plate appearances. He walked once. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and that's foul. That went against the shift, though. If that would have stayed fair, Carpenter might have had a shot at extra bases. But just 1 strike. Just a bit inside, counts 1-1. Jay Happ pitching in his first inning out of the bullpen and throwing efficiently. Got 2 quick outs. And gets out of Carpenter now. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. That's hit high. Out to right. Judge running out of room. But he makes the catch on the warning track. That was close. But just a simple put out. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Cardinals. One scoreless inning in the books for J. Happ. We'll go to the 8th. Still 7-1. The Cardinals lead it. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order, do it for the Yankees in this half inning. DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, and Glaber Torres. The Yankees have their work cut out for them. They're down by 6 late in the game. Alex Reyes still on the mound. As that ball's foul, the count's 0-1. Jack Flaherty pitched 6 complete innings, gave up 1 earned run. Reyes pitched a scoreless 7th, and here he is again in the 8th.
Ball, that's inside.
Reyes, a long relief pitcher for the Cardinals. Doesn't come in too often. Just because he's normally not needed, but in this game, he'll get some work in. The back end of the bullpen not necessary, so most likely you won't see Andrew Miller, Jordan Hicks, or Giovanni Gallegos in this game.
Ball, inside.
And it's possible that Reyes could get a 3-inning save if he stays in the game. Three ball, 1 strike count.
Nope.
That's ball 4, and a leadoff walk issued to DJ LeMahieu.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
I'll take a look at this pitch. Check it out on our pitch tracker. Now, the umpire didn't give him the call. Usually if a catcher has to reach across his body, sometimes that's an indication to the umpire that the ball couldn't have crossed the plate, even if it does. That's just a case of human error. But here's Aaron Judge, who lines. That's a ground ball, actually. Whoa, wait a minute. All right. So Carpenter got the out at second. Okay, that ball hit the ground right in front of the plate. I didn't see that. I thought it was a line drive. So Wong cleanly steps on second, steps in front to avoid the slide, but then just throws it into the stands. So Judge awarded first and second on that play. So he's in scoring position now with 1 out, and here is Glaber Torres. So Judge reaches on a fielder's choice, and then he gets the advancement to second on the errant throw by Kolten Wong, if you're keeping score. 1 out, top of the 8th. The Yankees starting shortstop in the game. Counts 2-0. Well, Torres, of course, is in the game being the starting shortstop. I meant to say he's up to bat. But he's got a hitter's count on him, 2-0.
Count is 2-1.
Blown by him, counts 2-1. Reyes with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball on that last pitch. Torres still ahead in the count, and that's ripped to left field. There's absolutely no doubt about that one. 2-run homer for Glaber Torres, his 28th of the season. The Yankees back in slam range. It's 7-3, a 4-run game. Well, that's one of those pitches that Torres has been able to handle and continues to handle. Belt high. He put the power swing on it. 462 feet out to left field. My goodness. Wow, he hit it over the left field bleachers. It's one of the longest home runs this season. Also one of the hardest hit balls at almost 113 miles per hour. There's Miguel Andujar. Andujar 0 for 3. He struck out in the 6th inning. So Alex Reyes has been charged with 2 earned runs. And that's hit out toward right field. Harrison Bader runs it down. That's out number 2. A couple arms now warming up in the Cardinal bullpen you see there.
Up next for the Yankees.
One of them was John Brebbia.
Gary Sanchez.
2 outs, top of the 8th. Now here's Gary Sanchez. Sanchez 0 for 3. And his last at bat, he grounded out. Yankees down by 4, but they got 2 runs on a Glaber Torres 2-run home run off Alex Reyes in this half inning. Counts 1-0. Strike called. Count 1-1. Blew that fastball right by him. Reyes still throwing in the high 90s. That last pitch was 97 miles per hour. One ball, 2 strike count. Swing and a miss. Alex Reyes gets out of the 8th inning with minimal damage, but one of the longest home runs this season hit by Glaber Torres, 462 feet. It was a 2-run home run and made it a 4-run game. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the Cardinals order. Yadier Molina, Harrison Bader, and Dylan Carlson. Yankees trailing by 4 coming into the bottom of the 8th inning. Jay Happ still on the mound. He pitched a scoreless 7th. It was a big 6th inning for the Cardinals, and one that turned out to be necessary. As that's hitting the air out toward right, Aaron Judge under it. Makes the catch. That's out number 1. But the Cardinals scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Up next for the Cardinals, the center fielder, Harrison.
Dylan Carlson picked up an RBI, as did Tommy Edmund. But 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Now here's Harrison Bader, who fouls that pitch off. Counts 0-1. No ball, 1 strike count on the center fielder for the Cardinals. It's outside. Counts 1-1. Down low, counts 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Jay Happ working quickly as that's hit high. Out toward left. Gardner back. He looks up. It's gone. Now, there have been plenty of home runs in this game. That's the 2nd for the Cardinals. The Yankees have hit 2. But the Cardinals have made it a 5-run game. It's 8-3. Bader with 6 home runs now this season. And that pitch was right down the middle from Happ. And Bader deposited it into that left field seating area. Well, Happ will continue to pitch, and here's Dylan Carlson, switch hitter, batting from the right side now. Carlson is 2 for 2. He doubled and singled and got an RBI. He also walked earlier in this game. But I'll tell you, I can't recall a time in Major League history when a rookie got a hit from each side of the plate in his Major League debut. Let's see if Carlson can become a rare circumstance or a rare instance. That's got a shot. That's a base hit for Dylan Carlson. Or Carlson, excuse me. Dylan Carlson. Just got excited there for a second. Dylan Carlson now 3 for 3. He got a hit from each side of the plate in this game. And now I need to do a little digging. Dylan Carlson got a hit from each side of the plate in his Major League debut. That's pretty cool. But now here comes Tyler O'Neill to the plate. O'Neill batting with 1 out and a runner on first. Counts 0-1 on O'Neill, pinch hitting. He's normally an outfielder, but now primarily on the bench. And he comes off the bench to pinch hit from time to time. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I got the count.
Down low counts 2-2, and I'm not finding an instance of a batter doing that. And if it had happened before, it was a long time ago. But Dylan Carlson, as a rookie, in his major league debut, got a hit from both sides of the plate. Something that I couldn't find happening before. Carlson's done everything but hit for the cycle and hit his first major league home run. But he's gotten a hit from both sides of the plate. He's hit a single, a double. He's hit 2 singles, a double. He also drove in a run. As Happ gets the strikeout there of Tyler O'Neill, who came off the bench. It was a pretty exciting and unique night for Dylan Carlson. Top of the order coming back up for the Cardinals, Tommy Edmund to bat. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, and Dylan Carlson on first base. Inside counts 1-0. Edmund just 1 hit, but it was an important one. It was an RBI double back in the 6th inning. Would be a much closer game without the 5-run bottom of the 6th from the Cardinals. Counts 1-1, but that was the inning that has distinguished this score.
Nope.
2 ball, 1 strike count on Edmund. Playing left field in this game, but a very versatile player. Can play shortstop, third base, left field, and right field.
That's ball 3.
Very talented young player with this St. Louis Cardinals team. He hasn't been around too long either. Made his debut in recent years. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Counts full 3-2. Carlson expected to be running from first on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Runner goes, and that's foul. Count still full 3-2. That's hit high, out toward right center. Aaron Judge able to run it down, and the 8th inning is over. But Harrison Bader tacks on another run to the Cardinals' score. It's 8-3. Last chance for the Yankees coming up in the top of the 9th.
Your attention, please.
And here's John Brebbia coming in to pitch for the Cardinals, making his 40th appearance of the season. He has a .475 ERA in 36 innings pitched. This is not a save situation. And Brebbia will face the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Yankees order. Luke Voit, Brett Gardner. Well, not in that order. Luke Voit, Aaron Hicks, and then Brett Gardner. But that's into left field. Base hit for Luke Voit on the first pitch he saw in this inning. And the Yankees have a leadoff base runner on board.
Up next for the Yankees.
Well, let's see where this pitch was. Yeah, hanging breaking ball right over the middle. Well struck from Voit. He pulled off it a bit too, but stayed fair down that left field line, and the Yankees have a runner on. Nobody out. And here's Aaron Hicks. Ryan Helsley and Tyler Webb now warming up in the Cardinal bullpen. And Hicks has reached base a couple times, both on walks. He's 0 for 1 officially. One ball, no strike count. Swing and a miss.
1-1.
The count is 1-1 on Aaron Hicks, the center fielder for the Yankees, former Minnesota Twin. Strike 2 called. Tyler Webb, the one on the far side, number 30, and Ryan Helsley, the other one, closer to the screen, number 56. One ball, 2 strike count. Swing and a miss. So that's 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. John Brebbia with his first strikeout.
The left fielder, number
A well-placed breaking ball low and outside. Hicks couldn't do much with that, and it was close to being a strike. So well-placed from John Brebbia. Well-placed by John Brebbia. Now here's Brett Gardner. Gardner is 0 for 2. He walked in the third inning. The only time he's reached base. This is his 4th plate appearance. Ripped down the right field line, but that will be foul. Gardner well behind now. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Softly hit. Played by DeYoung. Out at second. Luke Voigt out at second base. Paul DeYoung able to make the play. See, backhanded here. He had to throw against his body, but he made an accurate throw to Kolten Wong, covering second base.
Your attention, please.
And so with the number 9 spot, the pitcher spot coming up in the order, the Yankees will send a pinch hitter to the plate, and it's Tyler Wade. Wade has rarely gotten in. He's more of a utility player on the Yankees bench. He can play almost anywhere, outfield positions and infield positions alike. He's a quick runner, though. And he succeeds more in the contact part of his game. But the Yankees with 1 out to work with, and Tyler Wade the one at the plate. At the moment, he's the one standing between the Cardinals and a victory. Counts 2-1. Don't forget, coming up in just about 20 minutes, the Rays and the Orioles will be playing each other here on MLB Virtual Network. This Cardinals-Yankees game is the first of 4 games we're featuring today. We have Rays-Orioles coming up at 7:05 Eastern Time. The Giants and Dodgers playing each other at 8:10 Eastern Time, and then the Astros and Athletics scheduled for 9:10 Eastern Time. That's ball 4. John Brebbia issues a 2-out walk to Tyler Wade.
The second baseman, Lemahieu.
So 2 outs, top of the 9th. Yankees still breathing a bit. E.J. Lemahieu comes up to the plate. Lemahieu 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th inning for his only hit at the top of the Yankees order. Gardner the one on second. Wade on first. Lemahieu, a former Colorado Rocky, signed with the Yankees in the 2018-2019 offseason. This is his 2nd year in pinstripes. Counts 0-1. This is also game 1 of a 3-game series. Don't forget we're in the future. This is really Friday, July 17th.
Ball 1.
Because Wednesday and Thursday, today and tomorrow, is supposed to be off days, but we can simulate off days. Our job here is to bring you baseball, so we're going to do that. And in doing that, we're going to try to still make sure that we feature every team at least once this week, which we came up with a schedule that achieves that goal. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then we resume with our standard 3 games a day, really up until the postseason. Up high, counts 2-2. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs, top of the 9th. It's a 5-run game. The Cardinals on top. Brebbia is 2-2. Swing and a miss. Brebbia gets 2 strikeouts of 3 total outs on the top of the 9th to secure the Cardinal victory. Now there's Carlson, Bader, and Edmund celebrating in the outfield. Game 1 of the second half belongs to the Cardinals. There's Jack Flaherty, who pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 earned run. And he got the win in this one. Garrett Cole got the loss. No save needed. So John Brebbia was the one to get the final 3 outs to secure the win. The Yankees fall to 57-39. They're still in first in the AL East.
First for the victorious
The Cardinals improved to 57 and 41, and they're still at the top of the NL Central, so no dire standing movements yet. Nothing too damaging to either team, especially not the Yankees who lost, but the Yankees don't want to lose too many more games and have the Blue Jays win because the Blue Jays are close to the AL East lead. The Blue Jays now 3.5 games back, and that's still pending how the Blue Jays do at the end of the day, which we won't find out till another couple days because remember, we're still in the future. But the Cardinals still secure for the NL Central lead, and that's not going to change after today no matter who else in the division wins. But Jack Flaherty gets the win. He pitched 6 full innings, gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits, struck out 11 batters and walked only 2. Gerrit Cole pitched well, though his defense didn't help him in the first inning. An error let the leadoff runner on base, Tommy Edmund, and then Paul DeYoung with 2 outs hit a 2-run home run. So Cole pitched 5 in the 3rd innings, gave up 5 earned runs on 4 hits, walked 3 batters, struck out 5, but he got the loss. It was really in the 6th inning when everything started to fall apart for Gerrit Cole, but the Yankees first, they scored their first run in the top of the 5th inning on a Luke Voigt solo home run, but then the Cardinals got several RBIs from several different players. Dylan Carlson was one of them. Tommy Edmund got a few more. Cardinals scored 5 total runs in that bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody scored in the 7th. The Yankees got 2 in the top of the 8th inning on a Glaber Torres 2-run home run. And then Harrison Bader hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. That was the last time either team scored, and it was a 5-run game to finish it out. All this has been a production of Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game and all of our games brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. This game took place at Busch Stadium, and again, the Cardinals win Game 1 of this 3-game series. Don't forget our other games scheduled for later. The Rays and Orioles will play each other, scheduled for 7:05 Eastern Time. The Dodgers and Giants scheduled for an 8:10 Eastern start time, and then at 9:10 Eastern Time, the Astros and the Athletics scheduled to play each other. Well, that's it. I'm Nicholas Callis saying so long from Busch Stadium. Once again, the final score: the Cardinals beat the Yankees 8-3.